His name is to be hallowed. A good morning to you all. You are welcome to the Koko Digest Morning Show. I am your host, Yayura Awuno. We're coming to you live from the studios of Clock TV. You can also catch us on GoTV channel 184. And if you are not in the comfort of your home, you can join us via your phones, via social media, on our Facebook or YouTube platforms. Just search for Clock TV and join in the conversation today. Now, today, as always, our conversations are always very interesting. So I might as well not say our conversations are going to be interesting, because on the lifestyle segment, we're going to be looking at getting fit, living healthy, some exercises to boost our quality of life. And on the business segment, we're going to be talking about Ghana's credit rating. And then on the main segment, we're going to be discussing drug abuse, and of course, sports will be bringing us sports news as always. So of course, I'm sure you'll be very interested in these, especially those of us who want to live healthy a little, get in shape. Yeah, so we'll stay tuned for the lifestyle segment. But for now, let's get ready to be motivated for today. Yes, today as well, our quote is from yet another beloved former president. It seems this week we are taking quotes from presidents that are past presidents who are also late, that are still very much beloved to us here in Ghana. And is saying a revolution is not a bed of roses. A revolution is a struggle between the future and the past. A revolution is not a bed of roses. A revolution is a struggle between the future and the past. And this is by Jerry John Rawlings. And if we want to even use his full titles, we say Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, our beloved president we lost a few years ago. And as we know his story, right? The coup and the military rule and all of that. And he's telling us that a revolution is not a bed of roses. A revolution is a struggle between the future and the past. And here's an extended version of his quotes that I'm going to take us through. Now, it says here, this powerful statement by Rawlings reflects the intense and often painful nature of real change. He is emphasizing that revolutions are not easy, pleasant, or free of hardship, but rather they are marked by difficulty, resistance, and upheaval. The phrase, "it is not a bed of roses," suggests that revolutions involve suffering and some discomfort, sacrifice, and they are also not romantic or comfortable journeys. So of course, when we are seeking for change, even like our current president is saying that he's going to be resetting the country, of course, it's going to cause certain, discomforts for certain people, certain factions of society, just for the future to be brighter. Now, by calling a revolution a struggle between the future and the past, our president, or our former president Rawlings, captures the core of what revolutions aim to achieve. And this is breaking away from outdated systems, unjust traditions, or corrupt leadership, and fighting for the vision of a better future, a brighter future as well, and even a fairer future for all. Now, the past, which is often represented by entrenched powers, structures, and resistant elites, does not yield easily. So, of course, it's going to be a revolution is always going to face some upheaval, some opposition, as we are even seeing now in our current administration, that not everything that our leaders try to implement in a way to change, to revolutionize our systems is going to be met with welcoming or open arms. And now it also says here that the future is filled with ideals of justice, equity, and progress, and it must be fought for. So in essence, Rawlings is just reminding us that meaningful transformation is going to happen only when we are prepared to confront resistance, make sacrifices, and endure discomfort. And true revolution demands courage, vision, and unwavering commitment to a better tomorrow. And this is not only limited to our systems in, let's say, governance or in our society, but even personally. If you know there are certain habits that you're going to, are not good, then they're actually drawing you back, you have to revolutionize your mind. Like the Bible says, renew your mind and things like that. You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. It's going to be very uncomfortable to try to break away from certain habits, certain, ways of speaking or certain ideologies. You're going to have to unlearn certain things and relearn certain things, which is not always going to be the most pleasant of journeys, but knowing the goal ahead, of course, you're going to try your best to, move forward and meet these discomfortable things that you meet. So I hope that this quote is on the way to revolutionizing all of us. And as we are all preparing for the weekend, share this quote to somebody, share the positivity around as always. And next is our online and print review. We'll be right back.
Add all those test like application to something like this. Yes. Alright, that's quick. That's crazy. That was quick. He's gonna be able to draw a level. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
In a world where neutrality in the civil service is paramount, Ghana finds itself at a crossroad.
Closak says that a certain action should be taken, but government has to act on the basis of law. So we inquired as to what the premise for that demand is.
They say if you wish to broadcast or otherwise manifest your political allegiance or run political office, step away from the services. This is Supreme Court talking. It's not Closak speaking or Isaac Wampado speaking. This is the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court judgment on the landmark case of Closak versus the Attorney General has set the stage for a profound transformation. Introducing Resetting the Civil Service. Tune in to be part of this change, because a better civil service means a better Ghana.
I find it refreshing always when I remind myself of the profound statement by the eminent civil servant, the Tan Anankwa of blessed memory, to the effect that it is the perfection of the civil servant that will move this country forward, and not the politician.
Provide a robust platform for in-depth discussions surrounding employment relations, the rights of workers, the quest for industrial harmony, and evolving landscape of work. Walatu Walasa seeks to bring to bear the challenges and opportunities facing the labor force today, making a significant contribution to public discourse. My name is Edmond Akwe, your host for Walatu Walasa.
How we do M-I-M-I, Divalish, aka, you know the name?
Labor, they say, is the backbone for national development, playing a vital role in shaping economic growth, fostering social stability, and enhancing overall productivity. As the workforce undergoes continuous transformation, it is crucial to not only educate but Clock TV introduces Walatu Walasa, a dynamic and engaging program dedicated exclusively to exploring the multifold realms of labor issues. This innovative program aims to provide a robust platform for in-depth discussions surrounding employment relations, the rights of workers, the quest for industrial harmony, and evolving landscape of work. Walatu Walasa seeks to bring to bear the challenges and opportunities facing the labor force today, making a significant contribution to public discourse. My name is Edmond Akwe, your host for Walatu Walasa.
This is how we do. M-I-M-I, Divalish, a.k.a. You know the name?
Ghana music.
Has to act on the basis of law. So we inquired as to what the premise for that demand is.
They say if you wish to broadcast or otherwise manifest your political allegiance or run political
Yeah, welcome back to the Koko Digest Morning Show. And if you're just tuning in, we are continuing our online print review. My co-hosts were talking about some trending news here in the civil service. Ahead of the Civil Service Week celebrations, there are some football tournaments going on. And yes, you were saying Marcelo was Spartan. What happened?
Oh, yeah. For that one, I'll reserve it.
Yeah.
Yes. Today, there's going to be another match. Oh, no. There's going to be another match today. So we will go there. We will stream it. Actually, viewers should watch Clock TV Facebook page and follow the Civil Service Week celebration football competition. It will be streamed there. I'm live for viewers to see which of the ministries are performing very well. Yes, not only in terms of books, ball too. So I think that they should follow. They should follow.
Okay, so what else is trending aside the football tournament?
Yeah, let me start. Mine is a very quick one. Last 2 days on the floor of Parliament, the Member of Parliament for Nshire also made a statement, and the statement is all about, he was proposing there should be the inclusion of entrepreneurship as a course in the junior high school curriculum and also in the senior high school curriculum. Before we delve more, I would like us to listen to what he really said on the floor of Parliament. Since we have
since we have a video, let's put it up so we can watch.
According to the Ghana Education Sector Report, about 109,874 graduates from the university education annually get their completion. However, only 10%, Mr. Speaker, of this number secures regular jobs within that period of their graduation. Mr. Speaker, the way to go all over the world is entrepreneurship. Mr. Speaker, the most needed solution, being the impact of this statement, is the advocacy for the inclusion of entrepreneurship as a core course in the junior high school, the academic curriculum, and as elective in the senior high school academic curriculum.
And that is the way to go. So the proposal or the suggestion that we should let entrepreneurship be part of our basic school curriculum is a welcome idea. And I feel, Mr. Speaker, we shouldn't just take this statement as a light issue and drop it in the chamber here. A good referral, Mr. Speaker, I am appealing, will do the trick. Thank you very much.
According to the Ghana Education...
Right.
That's basically what they talked of. So for me, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because looking at the statistics he brought out there, that we know in our education system where it is all about book, that kind of theory. Yeah. So with having this kind of practical aspect, being involved from the very basic level, before the person gets to now what we call the technical university and everything, the person has knowledge about all this, but someone will complete SS and the person's not having any kind of skills to move on. So I think this is a good cause, and I think the ministry and all stakeholders need to take it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. I also believe it's pretty good because I think sometimes we see on social media some videos of students learning how to lay blocks and things like that. And these are all skills that are very necessary. Sure. And if these are incorporated into our academic fields, some of the students or most of the students will be able to identify the path they want to tow, after school. And, I think even a lot of people who tend to venture into entrepreneurship run at big losses for a while before, they are able to find their footing. And it will help to rather care about all of these, making this much losses because they don't know how simple interest or compound interest works and those things. We learn them in mathematics, but it was not as practical. And I'm sure a lot of people who have been entrepreneurs can be part of the stakeholders that they can engage to draw a curriculum to talk about what is seed investment, what is capital, what is cushion money, all these things that they can use to
I think Jaira, you are an expert in entrepreneurship. We will do that discussion another day. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And to end up to, I think they should make funds available to make this kind of initiative more attractive.
Yeah.
Yes, they should make funds available so that starting the business after going through all this wouldn't be a major challenge.
Yeah. And then if, with a course like this, they make it practical that, how when we were in school, sometimes you're put in a group to come and do a presentation and things like that. After being taught, what shows that these students actually understand what they're doing? So maybe you put them in some groups that, okay, draw a business plan, do this, start up a business, come and present. Let's see how well you've understood what you're learning so that when you go out into the larger world, you are able to find footing. This would also help so that the students have a hands-on experience with this, because when you are you come and answer theory and is it objective questions about okay, what is capital, you just pick A, and then when you get out of school, you are not going to be able to feel it as well as if you know that okay, this is how it works. So I think it's good, and I mean, some of us would have liked to experience that in school too, to help us.
Exactly. Currently, the only I know university in Ghana who is basically into this entrepreneurship and skill training is Akintanapia Menka University of Skill Training and Entrepreneur Development. So I think basically this institution can be involved in the process of implementation so that we see the right thing. The right thing is really done.
Right. Okay. So Peter, what's trending on your end?
All right, so my trend is a build-up on my Tuesday's trend, which is all about the nomination of the 7 justices by the president. And then vetting started on Monday. 3 justices were vetted on Wednesday, 1. And then yesterday, 2 were vetted, remaining 1 more. And then throughout the vetting, some issues stood up, of which, of course, I want to talk about issues like legal education, LGBT+, and, I want to talk about the issue of as to whether the number of Supreme Court judges should be capped or uncapped. Now, I want to take it from the perspective, from the Constitution. So Article 128, Clause 1 says that the Supreme Court shall consist of the Chief Justice and not less than 9 Supreme Court judges. And so the issue right now is people are talking about whether the number of Supreme Court judges should be increased or not. But then the Constitution stated clear, it gives the maximum number, the minimum number of judges, but they not give the maximum number. And so currently we have about 13, 13 Supreme Court judges currently. And now President Mahama too has appointed 7. So if they are able to go through, then we would have 20 Supreme Court judges. And now, so coming back to the question of whether it should be capped or uncapped, I want to take us through to the 1993 to date. That is the Fourth Republic. The president, the number of appointment of Supreme Court judges they've done. So from 1993 to 2000, we have Jerry John Rawlings. He appointed 11 Supreme Court judges. And then during President Kofo's era, he appointed 16. And then President Mills' era, he appointed 3. And then President Mahama, first time, he appointed 4. And then 2017, there about, what is his name? President Nanado appointed 17. And then currently, President Mahama has appointed 7, who they are going through vetting process. And then, like I said,
it seems they are toying around the number of 20 judges.
Yes. So the Justice Senior during the vetting also, strongly believe that the number of justices, it should not be capped. So, the framers of the 1992 Constitution has reason why it didn't cap it. And then my issue about this is that we should take a look at our lower courts. Now, people have raised concern that the number of Supreme Court judges should be increased because of the number of cases they have at hand. So my issue now is what is happening at the lower courts. Is it that we don't have the competent, judges who are handling high courts, magistrate and all that? That is the more reason why the Supreme Court is having more cases to handle, or is that
maybe it's the caliber of cases as well?
Yes. Or is that the condition of service of these judges are like nothing to write home about, and so most of these brilliant judges right after school, they want to go into private practicing. What is actually happening? So I think that if measures are put in place to tackle the lower court, to know what is actually transpiring, we can get smart, efficient. I'm not saying those they are not smart, but then the reason why we have a number of cases that we don't know. So I believe that if attention is being given to the lower courts and then making it attractive and then investing into research and all that, and they're able to handle cases like this, there wouldn't be more cases at the Supreme Court which would demand for a particular number of justices to be there. Yes, so I think that more money should be invested, and then they should look at the conditions of, because right now I want to say something, but I don't actually have data to back it. But then when you take a look at our High Court judges and all of that, their conditions of service, even though they've not come out to say, but then it's kind of
I think Era, let me just say one word topping up to this. So when you look at this kind of argument, other school of thought are saying that the reason why they believe that they should not cap or they should open the space is because of, as he said, the number of cases that goes to Supreme Court. Other school of thought are saying that if there are a lot of number of cases to the Supreme Court, why don't the judicial system determine the kind of case that should be handled by the Supreme Court and the kind of case that should be handled by the High Court? So we know that, let's say, this kind of case does not get to the Supreme Court. The final point of this case should be either the Court of Appeal or either the High Court. I think looking at our structure or looking at our law judicial system, people end up picking any case at all. If you don't understand from the Court of Appeal, then they go to the Supreme Court directly. So I think these are the structure they should be put in place, that not all cases should be referred to the Supreme Court. When you go to the Court of Appeal and judgment is given, whether you accept it or not, you should take it in good faith. If that thing is there, then we don't have so much cases there. Others are saying that because of the governance structure that we have, where cases in our courts takes long process before we know the final judgment. That is why all this issue of uncapping should be looked at. But if the government want to uncap or they want to cap or uncap, there should be a broader consultation. It shouldn't just be that you just come one day and they said that we are appointing close to 100 justices to the Supreme Court. It's a good thing, but let's look at the financial capacity of the country. We'll be able to cater for all these justices. There's a lot of money that goes into just one judge financing. So these are the things we need to look out for. So I think that the uncapping, there should be a broader consultation. Let's involve all stakeholders. Let them come to the drawing board. If they believe it should be capped, fine. If they believe it should not be uncapped, fine. And also, major thing is the kind of cases that go to the Supreme Court. Let's determine which case go to the Supreme Court, which case shouldn't go to the Supreme Court. I think doing that would help. All
right. But then also, with the capping and uncapping, I also think that there should be some considerations, the pros and cons. What are the advantages of uncapping? And then what are the disadvantages? What are the advantages of capping and what are the disadvantages? These would also inform some of the decisions. But then also, I think that there are cases in the courts to which they move to. I don't really remember, but there are certain cases that are taken to magistrate courts. There are certain cases that are taken to the high courts. There are certain cases that are taken to the Supreme Court. So I think that maybe there should be rather broader education for the citizens. You know, these bodies should come out to educate us one way or another. I mean, there are so many TV stations out there. We can employ the media to do that, and then we can understand truly. And then, like you said, financial implications of having maybe 100 judges. Shouldn't we also start thinking about whether, I'm not trying to say that they should reduce how much they are paid and their allowances, but if considering the fact that maybe a number of judges are churned out of the system every year, and these judges need to be employed one way or another. If maybe considering the financial implications based on how much it takes to cater for one judge, we may not be able to have all these judges come out and be employed. Should we not then look at what is necessary and what is not? Because, I mean, as citizens, we've complained about how our leaders are paid so much money and things like that as their salaries. And I mean, nobody has done a breakdown for us to truly understand why they are deserving of maybe an amount of money we think may be too much, you know. So all of these things, like you said, we need to consider them that, okay, can we cater for, let's say, 100 judges? If not, why? What is the reason and how do we mitigate that? Because these judges are also very necessary for the courts and everything they are going to be doing, handling cases for the citizenship. So
yes, I think we'll discuss this into details another day. Yes,
right.
Yes.
Okay. So the next do you have your digitalized newspapers, please?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So I have Daily Graphic, and then on the front page of Daily Graphic, the highlight is on Ni Adama Lache II wins appeal.
Yeah.
Court orders House of Chiefs to restore him to register, but Gamanche office says Kinteko Chu II remains chief. And then we have local printers, paper converters demand legislation to boost industry. We also have choice of school implies acceptance of rule. And then we also have Ghana's embassy in US lost about $4.8 million annually to fraud.
Wow.
Fraud is becoming something of concern in this country. And then yesterday, there's an information from the Ministry of Interior that 4 Ghanaian nationals have been arrested and are currently facing extradition to the United States in connection to large-scale cyber fraud and romance scam syndicate. And the money involved is over $100 million.
Yara, I have the informer.
Okay.
Today, we are going to a different. We have the informer. On the front page, it says, resist political interference, that the Supreme Court nominee urges colleagues. Ghana Tertiary Education Council wants 2 NDC MPs over, over titles. And we have the Fitch Terms Up Ghana. That is what we call the Fitch has graded Ghana that now we are at B-, and we'll be having such discussion details to understand what is B- all about. And ordinary Ghanaian, does it reflect in our pocket? That is the main important. So we'll be discussing this on the business update segment today as well. And he said OSP versus Charles Bisu all set for July 2nd. So these are what is making headlines on the Informa page.
All right. Okay. So I'm sure these stories, especially the fraud story, is also building up, and we're seeing a lot of panic and a lot of comedy relating to it, and how it seems maybe somebody was caught and the person was, I don't want to use that word, but the person was compelled to, you know, rat out their colleagues and, you know, the people they conspired with. Anyway, as these stories build up, we will give you more details when necessary. So the online news, the very first story here says, Mahama orders MMDCs to declare assets by July 15 and hints at future elections. So President John Dramani Mahama has directed all metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives to declare their assets by July 15, 2025. And speaking at an orientation for the MMDCs on June 18, he reminded them of their legal obligation and hinted that their positions may soon be filled through public elections. Mahama disclosed that the ongoing constitutional review process has strongly recommended that future MMDCEs be elected directly by citizens, with final proposals expected in August. The president also urged the MMDCs to manage public funds responsibly, noting that unprecedented resources have been disbursed to their offices through the District Assembly's Common Fund. And he emphasized that 80% of the funds is now under their direct control and must be used transparently for the benefit of the people and not for personal or political interests. Let's take a look at the video.
We have taken steps to transfer the highest amount of funds in the history of the Fourth Republic to you from the District Assembly's Common Fund. As the Finance Minister told you, 80% of the District Assembly's Common Fund is coming directly to you. We expect you to ensure the judicious and transparent use of these resources. The funds must be utilized in the interest of our people and not for our creature comforts. The Auditor General and other anti-corruption institutions will be watching your work. And as I've said previously, if any of these institutions starts investigating you, you don't expect me to interfere on your behalf. In the meantime, I wish to remind you that you are among the office holders required to declare your assets. And so I expect that by July 15th, all of you would have declared your assets. We pay the highest amount of funds in the history of the Fourth Republic to you from the District Assembly's Common Fund.
All right, so that was our president addressing the people on the MMDC issue. So, yes, declaration of assets. We've spoken about this, some time past.
Exactly.
And did the leaders actually come out to declare their assets? Because I don't think we had. I mean, we discussed that it may be a private thing and all of that, but was there any news about declaration of assets?
So if I remember, the president gave them a deadline, and we are still monitoring after the deadline to see those who actually
wasn't the deadline in June or something?
Yes, he still gave them some kind of time frame that those who didn't should actually comply. So we are yet to get the reports on the number of people who actually complied to that and those who did not. On the issue of the MMDC, I think it's a good thing because every appointee needs to be held accountable, no matter the position you are holding. Because as MMDC in the various assemblies, you are the president over there. So all the other people there look at you and everything that you do. So I think, Yaira, it's a good thing that the president is saying. So we expect them to comply. The only issue we have is, at the end of the day, we don't know the kind of assets they declared. Whether it is the true reflection of what they are talking about or not, we can't tell, because according to the law, you just have to put it in an envelope and present it to the Auditor General, of which even the Auditor General has no right to even open it unless there is an issue before he opens it to find. So that is an issue. I remember the former Auditor General was raising when he met the Constitutional Review Committee, that the process of declaring of assets need to be looked at very well. If we are not going to public, or what do you call, publish their assets to the general public, it should be known to the Auditor General that this is what you have. If you don't want the general public to know, the Auditor General at least should know that this is what you brought, this is what you brought, this is what you brought. Because if at the end of the day I submit A, B, C, D to you and the rest it's hidden, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, so
these are the kind of issues
yeah,
that people are calling out for, that we should look at the process or how our declaration of assets is done. If we are doing it, let it be so open about it so that everybody will be satisfied with it.
Right. The president also hinted at possible elections, you know, to replace the appointments. What are your takes on that?
Right. So I would like to start from where he ended. So, like, the most important the reason for the declaration of asset is to let the public know. And then I'm sure if the public gets to know, let's say we are in the same community, I'm in the same community with Clement. I've lived with him for a while now, so I kind of know his properties and all of that.
You may never know. Maybe he has a Rolls Royce because he comes to work with Chocho.
So if you get to know, if it is made public, will even enhance, you know, to ensure like accountability, you know, transparency. So if he comes to say, oh, I have this, and have that, and maybe there's one hidden somewhere, I can come, oh, he has this one as well. So making it public is very important. And then the declaration of the asset too will ensure transparency and, you know, accountability, which of course we are all fighting for. And then coming to the possibility of they being elected the coming years is also a very good thing. You know, like we have in the country, like we vote to elect our president and all that. So we hold them accountable. During campaigns, they come to you, I'll do this, vote for me, I'll do this and I'll do that. But with the MMDC, it is not like that. They are just appointed. And so if they are elected and they come again, they will have to campaign to solicit for votes. So if you promise us A and then you don't do the A and you're coming back, we know what to tell you. And then if you know you promised A and you didn't, you know, provide it, you can't come back again. And then with that, you get the right people to, you know, occupy those positions.
Right. But I would like to ask, considering the way even primaries go sometimes at the various districts or constituency levels, are we sure we are ready for the election of MMDCs too?
So, Yara, let's say, let me just touch a little bit on it. People are saying that it's a good thing to do.
Yes, democratic, processes.
Others are saying it's not a good thing. But on the aspect of good thing, they are saying that, as Peter talked of, you'll be able to hold the individual accountable. Because here's the case that over the years, the practice in Ghana is that it's either the constituency chairman of that political party is elected as the DC, or a foot soldier of that political party is elected as a DC or MCE. That has been the practice over the years. So it means if you are not a diehard supporter of that political party, you will not get that role of either MCE or DC. But people still believe that we have other people who are more competent. As we said, maybe during that constituency election, the chairman or whosoever had his way through, because in that election, it has just quite a number of people who vote. So he had his way through to be elected either as chairman or as secretary. But when it comes to the general district or general assembly, it's everybody inclusive. So for you to be able to even bribe everybody to vote for you will be very difficult. So I think that going in for the election for MMDCs, I believe it's a good thing. Let's give it a try and let's see how things go, so that we can move from the point where the president or the executive need to go through, do the process, now come tell us. Sometimes, you know, some assemblies end up fighting that they don't want this person. They tend, and so
I think there was even an issue like
even
that,
in Greater Accra region, the recent, some of the MCs, they voted against them. Others, they said a lot of things against them. So to make the atmosphere very serene, where all the assemblies, and you see, the funny thing is that when these people are being appointed by the president, it's the assemblies, the various assembly members, and the government appointees who vote to either confirm or just to reject the person. And these assemblies, people might argue that they represent the electoral area they are coming from. We understand that they represent the electoral area they are coming from. But one interesting thing is that the concern here is we shouldn't politicize this election if we are going by. Because now we politicize everything in this country.
Yes, but then even
assemblies
the MMDCs,
election,
aren't they from one party or the other?
Exactly. So assuming that's what we have a situation where if NPP comes to power, they terminate all the appointment of MMDCs. As what the current president came to office, he terminated the appointment of all these MMDCs. So we should have a situation where the president wouldn't have that kind of sole power to terminate the appointment of all MMDCs. They should be able to work. If the people of Ghana are electing them, yes, we know we are electing them. If your tenure of office is over, you go. Then we can hold other people accountable. So I believe it's a good thing the president wants to do.
And I think even the appointments also make the MMDCs, for lack of a better articulation, they may feel like they are rather accountable to who appointed them and the party they belong to, as opposed to being voted for by the people. So when they know that, okay, like you said, if you come, you promise us this, you don't deliver, these people, the people will remove you. And based on the tenure of office, if you want to go, maybe, I think in Ghana, generally, you're allowed two terms. I don't know about the MMDC levels.
For MPs, you can go as number as you can.
Okay, so maybe you want to go again. You want to go again, you make sure you deliver because the people are watching and they are the ones who have the power, just like in the general elections. So on one hand, yes, but the way we behave, especially when it comes to elections, is where my problem is. Because I think even some years back, MPP sort of had a rift. You know, now we have two factions of MPP based on certain candidates, and this is within the party. So imagine at the district level or constituency levels, where they are voting for their own leaders. Because even at the national level, look at what's going on, the rigging issues, places being bent and things like that. That's what I'm afraid of. But then, in the end, it is a step in the right direction. It's the Electoral Commission that also needs to beef up their work as well. So the second story here, it says 2025 BC concluded yesterday. I don't know, so happy when I hear BC. WAEC praises the smooth conduct despite minor hiccups. So the final paper for the 2025 BEC, which is the Basic Education Certificate Examination, Arabic, both essay and objective sections, was completed on Wednesday, June 18, 2025, officially concluding this year's nationwide examination. Now, the West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has expressed satisfaction with how the exams were conducted, praising its team and stakeholders for facilitating a smooth process throughout the country despite some logistical challenges. Now, John Kapi, WAEC's head of public affairs, commended the council for its management of the exams. I will say on our part that we will pat ourselves on the back and say that we did a good job, he remarked. Usually after exams, what you expect is an examining body what you expect as an examining body is that every candidate is provided the opportunity to write in terms of questions, in terms of stationery. All of these things went to the candidates. Now, that's also another quote from John Kapi. And Mr. Kapi also noted some minor challenges like delays in the delivery of exam materials, and one example involved the vehicle malfunctioning while transporting question papers, and another instance was a delivery delay caused by the challenging terrain in a remote area. So exam questions, much like ballot boxes.
So I think this year we had more than 600,000 students or 600,000 candidates. That is 600,000 and 603,000, 328 candidates who actually sat for these exams. Males, there were 297,250. Females, 306,078. The one different thing or unique thing that happened in this year BC is the fact that they started on Wednesday, and they had the weekend, Saturday, Friday, and they came back to write on Friday, Tuesday, and Arabic ended on Wednesday. So this is the first of its kind. When I started witnessing
Monday to Friday, Papa,
yes, I started
witnessing
witnessing exactly. I started witnessing BC. So the people are saying that it's a good thing that Ghana Education Service has introduced, but they are yet to know the reason behind such thing such change. And because speaking with some students, they'll tell you that it was a good thing because it releases stress from them. They can use the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, at least to prepare for the Monday and the Tuesday paper or to refresh themselves. Others were seen even playing football as a form of releasing stress. Everybody has its own way of releasing stress. Others were seen playing football as a form of releasing stress and stuff. But we are yet to know the reason why Ghana Education Service brought that kind of change in there. And I personally believe it's a good thing. Because when you go to even SS, when you're writing WASI, you don't write everything throughout. There are some spaces in between.
And sometimes when the gaps are too big, you get complacent.
Yeah, exactly. And when you go to the tertiary institutions, it's the same thing. There are gaps in between. It makes the students feel like, okay, let me prepare for this paper. I can relax and prepare for this paper the next day.
But relax.
But if you are learning everything, Monday to Friday, you have people throughout. You learn everything. At the end of the day, you become so stressed. And you go to the exams hall. I know you have a lot of things to say. You go to the exams hall, you don't really know exactly what is going to happen. So I would say Ghana Education Service is doing very well, or they've done it very well. We just want to know the reason why they did that. On the other hand, before you start coming in, we had a lot of issues, casualties that happened. Students collapsed. Some of them collapsed and they lost their life instantly. Some, as a result of this nurses' strike, they had issues with their health, and when they rushed to the hospital, they didn't return back home. So we had some kind of casualties. When you go to Wasa East district, a town known as Wasa Ateku, they had an incident where a motor rider rode over, I think, kind of 5 students, candidates, and they were all injured. We don't really know what really transpired. Yesterday in the news, a head teacher, I think, locked up 2 female students.
Why?
And I was asking why. They said the reason is the female students were owing. It's a private institution, so they were owing whether school fees or registration whatsoever. So they said they will not allow, the headmaster said will not allow the students to write the maths exams. So as a result of that, core paper 2. And what was the amount? Almost about the 100 cedis. But also the car 120 cedis. So the issue
to use the money over, maybe there it is. But then you know this thing that the schools do to the students, they did it to us. As I don't know, as a way to punish our parents. You are preventing the students from writing the exam. The student cannot cough up the money. It is the parent, it's the guardian, it's whoever, the caretaker of the student. So why not contact them and, serve them with something, I don't know, find a way, because the student is innocent. You don't have the money for that. You know what they used to do to us, they'll sack you to go home, you don't get access to education for that day, or they lash you. And that lash does not touch your parents, it's just you with bruises. So I don't know if there's a way to be able to handle it with the parents. And now we have free basic education, we have free secondary education. If you know you want to take your ward to a private school, then please, it means you are prepared to pay. And yes, life happens in terms of the fact that sometimes you may not have the money, but you should know in your mind that, okay, my ward is in a private school. These are the amounts of money that should be paid by a certain time. So you need to do your best to pay it. If you know that maybe your work is volatile, there may be times where you don't have the money, and that is not a very reliable form of living where you are going to be taking care of a ward who is in a private school. Free education is there.
Free education is there.
Take your ward there. And don't, because, they still get access to quality education.
Exactly, they do.
And if, fine, your ward is in the government school or is benefiting from free education, and you have a studies teacher or classes teacher at home, that works also. But for the fact that because of 100 CDs, 120 CDs, 2 students are not going to be able to write a certain paper to be able to move forward in their lives, what would they feel? What would their parents also feel? But
this issue, before the head teacher actually, he was arrested yesterday. district director came into the issue. They are picking it up to the next stage. I think the private association, Ghana Private School Association, too, has come into the matter. They are trying to resolve it and put things in its right place. Before Peter comes in, my major concern is the tertiary or SHS ready to accommodate this over 600,000 students who are going to graduate or who have graduated? Let me say who have graduated, awaiting their results. Is the SHS, free SHS, ready to accommodate such number? Because now it's free. So all these people are supposed to come to school. So are we ready to accommodate this number? We know GES has started a piloting process to include some private senior highs in free SHS. Currently, they've included about 25 of them in the free SHS thing. It's a good thing. But as we stand now, can the schools we have accommodate all this number of students? That's another concern too. That's another concern.
Yeah. And I mean, some of these monies are allocated. I remember that when NDC was in power more than 8 years ago, they started these community day schools, right? So yes, there were complaints about the fact that they were in remote locations and things. Why don't we rather, divert some funds to building boarding and teachers' bungalow facilities for these students so that they can accommodate them? Because these schools, of course, they come to offset the crowding, with the overcrowding, even though, yes, they are not the popular schools we know of, but if qualified teachers are also posted there and everything, we will all enter the same university and we will make it in life. So if, yes, as you're asking, that will these schools be able to handle the number of students, if more funds are directed towards that and they are built and, the capacity is big enough, because as we even said the other time, the schools are in remote areas, very vast pieces of land. They can, house the students there, fence it well, we have the security and all of that. If they improve upon what they started, it will help the situation.
And I think that, schools being built in the remote areas, I mean, it's the right thing to do. Imagine having a school in the middle of town, like one of the schools that I know here. There's always noise.
Yes.
The student wouldn't get, the kind of, attention.
Environmental learning.
And then also I want to, the WAEC and Ghana Education Service has done really well, but there are some concerns that they need to look at, especially the issue of, vehicle malfunctioning and logistical issues. I think they should look into that and address it as early as possible so that next year we will have a smooth one. And then, talking about the challenges in the northern region, to about 12 students on their way to write exams had an accident, and so they couldn't write the exams, and so Mr. Kapi says that they'll put measures in place as to whether they'll be given the chance to write or not. So we are still waiting to see what would actually transpire.
Okay, so wrapping up, let me read a few comments. This is from HM Joe. He says, "Good colicious morning, ladies and gentlemen." And from 4th Estate, as at the deadline, May 7, 18 appointees and nominees had not filed their assets, and however, by 20th May, all of them had done it. Will they be punished for not meeting the deadline? Everywhere is quiet. HM Joe, thank you for your comment or your question. Soon enough, maybe our leaders and the presidents will also answer. Yes. And this brings us to the end of the online print review. Next is the lifestyle segment where we are going to get fit and, do some healthy living. So yes, please go and get your gym wear, your kambu, and join Miriam and her guest as we do some Keep Fit in the studio here. We'll be right back.
in-depth discussions surrounding employment relations, the rights of workers, the quest for industrial harmony, and evolving landscape of work. Walatu Walasa seeks to bring to bear the challenges and opportunities facing the labor force today, making a significant contribution to public discourse.
My name is Edmond Akwe, your host for Walatu Walasa.
How we do M-I-M-I Devilish, aka you know the name.
Ghana music has really been put in,
of entertainment. Let's Dot Stop, where we explore the latest trends in the entertainment industry. From viral moments to hottest celebrity stars, we've got you covered. Have questions? We want to hear from you. Your voice matters. Let's vibe together.
In a world where neutrality in the civil service is paramount, Ghana finds itself at a crossroad.
CLOSAG says that a certain action should be taken, but government has to act on the basis of law. So we inquired as to what the premise for that demand is.
They say if you wish to broadcast or otherwise manifest your political allegiance or run political office, step away from the services. This is Supreme Court talking. It's not CLOSAG speaking or Isaac Wampado speaking. This is the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court judgment on the landmark case of CLOSAG versus the Attorney General has set the stage for a profound transformation. Introducing Resetting the Civil Service. Tune in to be part of this change, because a better civil service means a better Ghana.
I find it refreshing always when I remind myself of the profound statement by the eminent civil servant, the Tan Anankwa of blessed memory, to the effect that it is the perfection of the civil servant that will move this country forward, and not the politician.
In a world where neutrality in the civil service is paramount, Ghana finds itself at a crossroad.
CLOSAG says that a certain action should be taken, but government has to act on the basis of law. So we inquired as to what the premise for that demand is.
They say if you wish to broadcast or otherwise manifest your political allegiance or run political office, step away from the services. This is Supreme Court talking. It's not CLOSAG speaking or Isaac Wampado speaking. This is the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court judgment on the landmark case of CLOSAG versus the Attorney General has set the stage for a profound transformation. Introducing Resetting the Civil Service. Tune in to be part of this change, because a better civil service means a better Ghana.
I find it refreshing always when I remind myself of the profound statement by the eminent civil servant, the Tan Anankwa of blessed memory, to the effect that it is the perfection of the civil servant that will move this country forward, and not the politician.
So get ready for an
in-depth discussions surrounding employment relations, the rights of workers, the quest for industrial harmony.
Something about remix, you know, remix always comes with some kind of vibe, and that is what we just saw. Davido featuring Omale and also Rema on With You, the popular With You, I mean. And so, yes, I welcome you back to the Koko Digest Morning Show here on Clock TV. I am Miriam Abena Adede. Today, we are just here to, blend fun with functionalities here on the in the studio. So we've left the comfort of our sofas and we are standing here to tell you something, to demonstrate something to you that has to do with your health. It is all about a demonstrative conversation we are going to have here in the studio this morning. It is about your health, and I'm talking about basic exercises that you need to know to build yourself. We need your confidence up, we need your strength up, and that is what we are about to do very, very soon. I have with me a guest in the studio who is not just going to talk about exercise, he is going to show us the way. So I am all dressed up and ready to get into the conversation. I have with me Alfred Ajete, who is a physical trainer with JDAD and Get Fit. So he's going to introduce himself well, and then we get straight into the conversation. Hello, Alfred.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Koko Digest Morning Show.
Thank you.
Okay, so this morning we are just about, showing our viewers how to go about their daily forms of exercises to help them build themselves. But before we start with the demonstrations, let's get to know you a little bit.
All right.
Your name is Alfred, right?
Yeah.
You told me it is Alfredino.
Yeah.
What went into the name Alfredino?
Okay, so I had the Dino attached to the Alfred in SHS.
Oh, okay.
During the school team era, when we were playing our school team and everything, one of my godfathers gave me that name that I play a left back like Ronaldinho. So apparently it was Alfredino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're actually a footballer?
Yes, please.
I see. Right. So how long have you been training?
So, like I told you earlier, from infancy, even when you are 4 years, you start training.
Okay.
So, apparently, we got to know whatever we want to do at 15, 16. We want to shape our career into football.
Okay.
So that was when we started playing football.
Okay.
So, honestly, my first division game was at 16 years. My real age at 16 years.
Okay.
Played my first football game in the Division 3.
Okay, I see. And you've been working with JDAD Get
Yes,
Fit
please.
for how long?
4 years now.
4 years.
Yes, so our outfit is 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes, please.
And how has it been so far, the experience?
So far, so good. And this season we started yesterday, and it's been lively. Like you can see on me, it's our new apparel.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Right. So we can't get, we just want to get straight into the exercise. So for those that are very busy, there are so many busy people watching us this morning.
Yeah.
What form of exercises do you think are good for them to start with?
Okay. So basically, before you start a routine, you have to be mentally sound. You have to tune yourself that you want to do something for yourself.
Okay.
So before you go into a workout, a day before, you need to prepare your stuff.
Okay.
Like you're going to work.
Okay.
Exactly. Because if you don't prepare, you wouldn't have that mentality to work out. Because training is a discipline.
Okay.
Without discipline, you can't achieve anything.
Okay.
So I think basically you need to have your mental attitude first, then you can start your day with the activities.
Okay. So mentally we are stable.
Yes,
we are
please.
okay.
Yeah.
So let's get straight into one of the exercises they can't do as busy people.
Okay. So before you start a full routine for your workout, you need to stretch your muscles first.
Okay.
Because you can't just wake up from bed and just be exercising.
Yeah.
So you stretch your muscles. So you can just start by, your neck. Then you turn this way. So basically we are stretching our neck muscles.
Okay.
So our arms, we go this way. Then we go this way. No, it's fine. So then we open up our legs this way.
Okay.
All right, so we go touching our ankle a little bit. Then we come back again. We go this way. So now we are stretching the muscles so that our muscles will be up and quickly going there. Let's go again this way. We stretch. Go a little bit. That's fine. We go back again. That's fine.
Okay.
So now then, I think the body is a little bit warm. You can feel it, right?
Yeah,
you can feel it.
Yeah. I can feel it. Now, I think we'll have to get straight into the workout itself because I'm feeling some weak.
So I think now you have to drop your phone, okay?
I have to drop my phone.
Yes,
okay.
All right. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I
All
am.
right, let's go. Now we add our feet to it. One. You're just warming up.
Okay.
You're just warming up.
Okay.
You're just warming up.
Okay.
You're just warming up. Ready? Just watch me. We go this way. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you're warming the body after stretching. You're warming the body after stretching. 1, 2.
This is giving acrobats vibes. I've seen a dance, you know,
like that, right?
a dance challenge on TikTok.
1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, then we take a breather.
Okay.
A 5-second breather.
Wow.
Are you feeling already?
Yeah.
It's just the warm-up.
Oh.
The warm-up session.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm
okay. All right, let's do it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, go. So I think you're okay. You're okay for the warm-up. Okay. Now let's go into the main action.
Okay.
All right, so now squat a little bit this way. So this is called the sumo act. The sumo. Okay. So we are going to do the sumo plus punches. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you have to feel it here.
Okay.
Your thigh.
Okay.
Then the arms is going this way. Okay. You are feeling the two of them.
Okay.
So your
so
thigh.
I see a lot of ladies do this exercise.
Yes.
Yes. What does it exactly do to the body?
So now you see the cuffs and everything.
Yeah.
You're strengthening the thigh.
Okay.
The thigh to your hip.
Okay.
So from this way to the knee, the toe, because you are on your toes.
Okay.
So your muscles, these ones are also stretching.
Yeah.
Your thigh is here, so you could feel it within the space.
Yeah.
That it is very heavy. So the more you keep doing it, so like 45 seconds, 3 times. So let's go back.
Okay.
So we start again. You go this way. So 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Ready.
Okay.
Go. Pa 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 pa. Go. 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 10 more. 10. 5. 5. 5. 5.
Mimi, don't
5.
give up. Don't give up.
5.
You can do it.
5. 5. 10 more to go. Let's go. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And there.
Oh God.
Breathe in and out. 5 seconds or 10 seconds breather. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it?
Yeah.
Yes. So this is 1.
Okay.
This is 1.
Let's,
you want another one?
Wait.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
So I want to ask, what health conditions do some of these exercises, heal or cure?
Basically, it helps the muscles mentally to become stable and sound. Okay. Sometimes, because of our stress, work stress and everything, we don't have time to exercise. But when you exercise, it helps you mentally and physically.
Okay.
It gives you a good sleep.
Okay.
Because once you are tired, when you go to bed, you can sleep soundly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let's move to the next one.
The next one. You want to go to the next one. So we move the upper, lower punches. So we go pa, pa, then we go gradually down, then we come back again. So the higher upper to the lower punching. Okay. So we go pa, pa, pa. Then let's go gradually to the floor. Pa, 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 pa. Like we did the earlier time. Yeah. We stay for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go down again. Gradually. Pa, 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 pa. Let's go again. Pa, pa. Let's go down. Go, 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 go.
Someone will say this exercise is more or less like a masculine thing, punches and other things.
Yes.
Or it's unisex?
It's for everybody.
Okay.
It is for everybody. Like if we have enough time, we'll go from head to toe. Then we'll go with the stomach training. But for today, we'll do the standing exercises. Okay. And the next time, if we have the opportunity, we do the stomach training too.
Okay. Okay. So basically, why would you say exercises are important or essential?
They are very important to the human person.
Yeah.
They are very important because you develop as a human being. You get a good body structure, if you want a body structure, because every time you keep training, you reduce your cardio and you reduce everything that you want to. So you sweat a lot. I didn't want to sweat you because you are in the studio. If you are outside, we would have done a little bit of energetic work because you're running 45 seconds 3 times every rep. So every rep has to be 45 seconds 3 times.
Okay.
So like we did the first 2, has to be 45 seconds 3 times.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say I'm a lady, I'm targeting,
Yeah, the butt.
What are some daily exercises exercises that I can
do at home? Like we did a sumo. This time around, we are going to do the sumo and picking. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Chest has to be a little bit, So 1, 2, 3, 4. Where are you feeling it? Where exactly are you feeling it? Your thigh, hip, knee. Yeah?
Yeah.
So you go this way. So 10 of this. So we go the other side. 10.
Okay.
10. 10. 10. So we go the left 10, right 10. So if you are doing a knee stretch like 1, 2, it has to be 10 here, 10 here.
10 here.
You balance here, you also balance here.
Right.
You can't be always doing, because probably I'm a righty, so only the right side. You do the left and the right.
But what will happen if I just concentrate on one side?
You are going to strengthen one and weaken one, basically.
I see. And how do we know that we are doing the right thing, the right exercise?
You wouldn't get the exact result from a day or two activity. It has to be continuous. So you want to keep doing it consistently before you start seeing the result. Some people say, okay, I did stomach for a day, 2, 3 times, 4 times, and I'm not seeing anything, so I'm stopping. When you stop, you're not going to get any results.
Yeah.
The more you do it, and one thing we have to know is that diet is also part of it.
Yeah.
We have to look at our diet. That will help us know what exactly we are doing. So you can't just eat fufu and come and say you are doing stomach training. Basically, it doesn't work that way. So take something light. So like the morning, before you start a workout, if you can take something light like a coffee or something in the morning, that's fine. A beverage, Milo and everything. An hour before you do your workout.
Okay. You take it
an
hour before, okay.
So if I'm going to wake up at 6 o'clock and I want to work out, probably 5:30, my Milo is ready. So 6 o'clock, I know I'm going to the gym or I'm doing it at home for my workout. You can't just eat anything and work out. And you have to be hydrated. That's why water is beside you. You drink a lot of water.
Sure.
Because before, during, and after, it helps you strengthen the body.
Okay. So, as busy people, are there key areas that we can focus, on whilst exercising?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like we did with our thighs, the squatting and everything.
Okay.
So the legs, because you'll be moving a lot. Definitely, you feel pain for a day, 2, even a week, sometimes a month, depending on how you are doing your routines.
Okay.
Don't stop when you start feeling pain. You continue. And when you don't feel like training, that's when you need to train. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm too tired. I don't want to train. Even if it's 10, 15 minutes you work out, it gives you something.
Okay.
The smaller you work out, it benefits you.
There's something about exercising that a lot of people are not able to finish. Like, they are not able to get to the end. They feel discouraged at a point because we are not seeing any results.
Like I told you earlier on, it's a discipline. It starts from here. The mindset has to be tuned in line with whatever you are doing.
Okay.
Because the athletes don't just get up and get the results they are getting.
Okay.
They do consistent training. For example, a footballer is going to play a match on Sunday, trains from Tuesday to Friday before playing on Sunday. Why wouldn't they sleep from Monday to Friday and go and play on Saturday or Sunday? It doesn't work that way. So consistency is the key. You need to be consistent with whatever you are doing. Yeah.
Right. So if you just joined us, this is still the Koko Digest Morning Show, and it is your favorite segment, lifestyle segment, where we get to blend fun with functionalities. And today we are just here about educating you on some daily exercises that you need to know to build yourself. And Alfred Ajete, a physical trainer, is my guest for today, and he's taking us through the processes. And so you can also join us at home. Get your sneakers, get your trainers, and let's train together so that we stay fit together. Now, Alfred, there are others that also have respiratory issues.
Yeah.
Asthma, that kind of thing. Yeah. What are some of the exercises that they can also do?
With that, you first see your medical practitioner, who helps you structure a proper plan. With the trainers, when you come and you don't tell us that you are asthmatic patient, we might use you to do any kind of training. But when there's a practitioner close to whatever we are doing, helps us structure the training regimen. So with that, if we are not supposed to be jumping excessively, that one too is there. Okay. So some of the routines, like somebody who is an asthmatic patient needs a medical practitioner advised before we can usher you into a training. Okay. So we don't just train everybody for training sake.
Okay, so what about those with the mindset that unless they get to the gym, that's when they can, exercise? What do you have to tell them? Do they need equipment in the house, or they still have to go to the gym? Or they can still exercise without...
Did we use equipment here? No, but we did train.
Yeah.
So you don't need equipment to train. You only need a mindset to be ready to train and make sure that you are ready and focused to train, because once you are not mentally stable, like, okay, I want to train, I want to equip myself in training, probably you can't do it because you are thinking, I'll be tired, I'll go to work and everything. You don't need a gym. You don't need a gym. We just exercise a little bit and you are feeling it, right?
Yeah.
So you don't need a gym to train. Once you are in your home, even if it's a small portion, you can do a lot of exercises there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, Alfred, I also know that, you know, just with this little thing that we did, I'm anticipating some kind of pains in my muscles and other things tomorrow.
Yeah.
How do I deal with such pains? Like when they start coming, do I still continue?
You still continue.
In the pain?
In the pain. Because it gets to a time, it wears off. It becomes sore in the muscles because this is the first time you are getting used to it. Yeah. So you don't go into the details like the hard training, like probably 30 minutes, 1 hour. No. Okay. Even if it's 10 minutes, you can work out. The light ones, 10 minutes. Once you are able to do 10 minutes for a week, the following week, you can do 15, 20 minutes. The body will respond to whatever you are doing. And once you stop, the body goes to the reset. It goes down again. But when you continue daily, it keeps you active, and the muscles itself acclimatize to whatever you're doing, then you can continue whatever you're doing.
So you have to continue.
You don't stop. When you stop, it means you are hurting yourself. Because when you stop, the sore will be there, the pain will be there, you still feel it. Definitely, you still work on it to do your daily activities. But once you are continuing, it heals itself, and you move to the next day.
Okay, we'll move into more demonstrations, but let me also ask you, how does daily exercises differ from, you know, body types, maybe family size, that kind of thing? Maybe I come from a family of 5 where we are a lot, so no one is motivated to exercise, or I am plump and I want to start exercising. How does daily exercises differ from, you know, these kind of things? Okay, so it doesn't really matter where you are coming from or the family background or anything. Once you're ready to work out, you can even use a skipping rope. A skipping rope, okay. In front of your corridor or your room. If there's no space in your room, your corridor outside, you can use the skipping rope, the ropes to exercise. You can even stand at a particular place. Like one of the demonstrations we do is running in a place. We can stand at a particular place and just be running. Okay. Like using a treadmill. Okay. But the treadmill, when, it's not like you going to jogging on the streets. Yeah. But it's a machine you are running at the same place. Okay. Oh, okay. So you can do similar at home. It doesn't really matter the size of your family or anything. Once you start, probably one will join you. I have a friend in our hood. Oh, call you watch me like in Ghana, and I look at it. Oh, you watch me. I'm like, I can't come and call you every time. Yeah. Once you have the mindset that you want to train, you join and we keep going. Right. So let's get straight into another set of demonstrations. Do you need music or we are cool? If there's music, fine. If there's no music, too, you can go. Producer, can we get something? Oh, it's fine. Okay, so let's go. All right. So like I told you, we are running at a particular place. You're running in a place. So where you are, just be running. So we are doing that for 30 seconds. Okay. So we'll pick the tempo as we are going. Okay. All right, so like 5%. Now we go 10, increase a little bit, increase a little bit. All right. Now we are going to add the knees going up. So 50%, like this. Yeah, I know, right? Right? So we'll do a little bit. You should pardon me because of the mic and other things. So assuming you are not having mics, would have accelerated to 100. Like, like that for 30 seconds. Okay. Then we take the breather. Okay. So once you are in the house, you can speed it up. Like let's say 10-15 minutes, depending on how you can take it. Okay. So let's say 10-15 minutes with my energy, with my capacity. 30 seconds, 50 seconds, then I take a breather. Okay. For 3 times, 4 times. You see that you start sweating. Do you need to keep going when you are tired? Sometimes. Because I remember when we were in secondary school, whenever we go out for jogging and other things, the teachers will be like, go, keep running. But you know deep down, you're tired, you can't. Do you still need to keep going? That's the different aspect of it. When you are training as a group, it's different from a personal training. Okay. When I'm training personally and I feel tired, I'll stop. When I'm in a team and I'm training, I'm running, when it's not time, we are not stopping.
Okay. So the discipline with that comes in. But when you look at how your body takes the training, would advise you to keep going or stop. When you stop, that doesn't mean you are lazy.
Yeah.
It means you are being cautious of what the body is telling you.
Yeah.
The more you do it, you could see that you can exceed what you did the other time. So if you could run from ministries to the stadium and you get tired, and you do it for a week, tomorrow you go from the stadium probably to the Shell and come back.
Okay.
If you continue, you can move from the Shell to the Oxford Street.
Yeah.
So once you feel that, okay, I am tired, listen to the body. You can take a pause.
Okay.
When you are tired, doesn't mean that you are lazy or you want to train.
Okay.
When you get to the limit or the maximum, you feel it, that I can go the extra mile.
Yeah.
With that one, you continue. But when you feel that the body is tired, please stop.
Okay. Do we need some kind of motivation? Maybe on my way, I have my drink with me, some fruits, some music buzzing into my ear.
The music helps a lot.
Okay.
But with the food, it's advisable you take it before you go through. But you can have a little juice with you or energy booster with you or your water once you're going. But the music helps a lot. Sometimes when you're running with music in your ears, you go extreme than because you're enjoying the music.
Yeah.
Once you're enjoying the music, like, okay, you can go. Let's keep going. But without the music, you could only hear the sounds of waves and everything or the surroundings and like, okay, it told me, I'm tired. I would just want to go and relax.
Yeah.
But you can use the music to exercise.
So let's do, some more demonstrations. We're still on the workout itself.
Yeah. Okay, so one side.
I think we should consider our oldies in the house.
Yeah.
Our moms, dads, those kind of people, their type of exercises too.
With them, the advice is for them to do a lot of walking.
Walking.
A long distance walk.
Okay.
That will help them because definitely they can't run. And we won't advise them to be running at their age because even the younger ones who are running sometimes don't even get it easy. It's so true. With them, they have to walk a long distance. Okay. They start gradually like everybody does, then they go and they increase their pace.
Okay. Daddy and mommy, you are sorted. So let's get back to we, the vibrant ones.
Okay. So we go a little bit. Then we go move 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Then up.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Because we don't have enough space, we'll go a little longer. So 2, 3 steps. Then we take off.
Okay.
Pa, pa, pa. 1, pa, pa, pa. Go, pa, pa, pa. Go, pa, pa, pa. Go. 1, 2, 3. Go down a little bit. Go. Take off. Go. Take off. Go. Take off. So remember that we're doing this for 30 seconds or 40. All right.
Let's do another one.
We should do another one.
Okay, our time is up.
All right, that's fine.
But I've really enjoyed today's exercise and all. So if someone wants to reach you, how can the person reach you?
So basically, when you go to Facebook, the Jidad page is there. Jidad Sports or Get Fit is there. You can reach us, and our contacts are there. Let me use your platform to announce, because this organization love exercise and work.
Yeah.
So the 4th edition of the Osuduku Health Walk comes on the 23rd of August.
Okay.
So 23rd of August, I want to see you in your Duku on the streets. Then we'll all walk and enjoy ourselves. Thank you very much for hosting me.
Thank you, too, for coming on our show this morning. Alfred Ajete, the physical trainer with the Jidad Get Fit, was our guest for today as we discussed daily exercises that are going to help you to build yourself. I hope you got informed, and also moving forward, you are going to be exercising more often, right? Okay, so a very big thank you to Jidad Get Fit for giving us their trainer to exercise with us. Guys, I'm just trying to catch my breath. It's not easy, but yes, I hope you have been informed and entertained as well. My name is Miriam Abna Adede. Up next is our birthday segment.
I heard today was your birthday. I heard today was your birthday. I heard today.
And you're welcome back to the Koko Digest Morning Show. Now let's get straight into, celebrating our birthday celebrants. All right, so this is to Dorcas. On your special day, I want to remind you of how incredible you are. Happy birthday, girl. This is from Marcelo. Marcelo happens to be one of the JDAD members. And this is also to Samuel and Samuela. Happy birthday, Samuel and Samuela. Wishing you double joy, double love, and a year full of blessings. Have a fantastic celebration. A happy birthday to you, Laurentia. Wishing you a day filled with laughter, love, and everything that makes you smile. You deserve all the joy in the world today and always. Keep shining beautiful with love. This is from your daddy, Amweni. Right, so we also have this, a happy birthday, my boy. May the good Lord bless you in all angles of life, and any obstacle that comes your way, you will overcome it in Jesus' mighty name. May your +1 bring greatness and health to your life. Daddy loves you always, and he's going to be there for you. This is from Alvin inside Achimota. We also have this, a happy birthday going to Samomensa Akole. May the Lord give you long life, and from today going in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. We also have one coming in. This is also to a happy belated birthday to Nana and Nana. Nana and Nana Bonsu. More wins and favors. Cheers to your heart's desires. This is coming from your mom. She is a nurse with the polyclinic here, close at polyclinic. We also have this coming in. A belated birthday to you, Mimi. May the good Lord continue to bless you in all your endeavors. Thank you very much for bringing in your message. A happy birthday going out to Ira of Com Studies 2018 of the University of Cape Coast. A happy birthday going out to you, Irefwa. So thank you very much for bringing in your birthday messages. Now, our very own. Tuesday, I said I wanted a nickname for myself, and he said, Mimi the Gatuso. So today we are going to change it, right? So I have Benedict Nketiakwate in the studio with me, and he's going to take us into the world of sports. Benedict, I think you should come close.
Of course, let me still bask in your glory as a birthday girl.
All right, Benedict, I hope you enjoyed our exercise.
Yeah, I did.
I saw you doing some kind of catcher behind the scenes.
I was following keenly and trying to match with your energy and then keep up with it.
Okay.
I feel very light now. I feel energized now.
Hey, Benedict,
I'm ready for the day.
Okay, so Benedict, take us away.
Okay, good morning to you, viewers. My name is Benedict Nketiakwate, and this is the Koko Digest Morning Show. Of course, the sports update. And here, as you know, we bring you nothing but the best in the world of sport. We are giving you all the action, both local and international. Now, to the headlines. Civil Service Celebration 2025 Interministerial Games. GFA supports Colts Football Awards for RFAs. Multi-Choice Ghana slashes prize and upgrade offers across DSTV and GoTV platforms. Barcelona signed goalkeeper John Garcia on 6-year deal. Now to the main story. The Office of the Head of Civil Service is hosting interministerial games as part of Civil Service Week. The games will feature various ministries and agencies competing against each other in a friendly competition. This event aims to promote teamwork among civil service staff. The games are designed to boost morale and provide a fun way for employees to engage outside of their usual work environment. The event highlights the importance of teamwork and collaboration in achieving common goals within the civil service.
My name is Koko. You can call me landlord, the only landlord in Ghana football. It's all about Interministerial Football Tournament 2025. I have two big men here with me. I have Seth and Mr. Francis here with me. So let me start with Seth. Seth, this year is the 4th edition comparing to last year, last 2 years, and then the last 3 years. So far so good. How is the organization going?
I think we'll all be honest with ourselves. This year, the organization has been a step ahead comparing to the previous years. When it comes to our verification system and introduction of some sponsors who are on board, helping us a lot. One sponsor, main sponsor, is the Vena Water, and then we have Soccer Loca. They are helping us a lot with our structures, streamlining the fixtures and other things, profiling all the players. And in this time, that is giving the tournament a new face, and we are seeing a lot of changes and a lot of improvement comparing it to last year. But I think so far so good. This year has been a very good one.
My name.
Still on the same story, the organizers ensured fair play and verified the identities of the players, ensuring all participants were legitimate members of their respective ministries. A committee member shared insights to the process.
How do you identify someone as a civil servant, or how do you see someone playing this game as a civil servant?
Okay, so we have staff list of all civil service staff categorized into ministries. So what we do is that we take the team list from the institutions with pictures. So we compare the staff list to the list that they brought. Then we also take ID cards of the individual players, comparing them with the pictures that we receive. Any body who is not found in the staff list is disqualified.
How do you identify?
And then to our next story. As part of its ongoing commitment to grassroots football development, the Ghana Football Association, GFA, has presented medals, plaques and trophies to all 10 regional football associations to honor winners of the 2024-2025 Juvenile League season. The Ghana Football Association held a presentation ceremony at its secretariat today, led by President Kurt Edwin Simeon Okreku. Key GFA officials were present as the association received a donation of medals from the KGL Foundation. The medals, totaling 720, will be awarded to the champions and runner-ups of regional court championships across the country, supporting youth football development. MultiChoice Ghana is offering a temporary upgrade to its DSTV and Go TV packages at reduced prices. Customers will automatically receive an upgrade to the next higher package when they subscribe. For example, those who pay for the DSTV Compact package will be upgraded to Compact Plus, saving them money. The promotion, according to MultiChoice, is a response to the economic recovery and a commitment to providing better entertainment experiences. Now to our international sports news. Barcelona has signed 24-year-old goalkeeper Garcia on a 6-year contract. Despite interest from Arsenal and Manchester United, Garcia chose to stay in Spain. He played 67 games for Espanyol since 2021, helping them gain promotion and survive in La Liga last season. Garcia, who won a gold medal with Spain's Olympic team, will compete for the starting position with Marc-Andre ter Stegen as Barcelona seeks to replace Wojciech Szczesny. And that is it for the sports update segment. My name is Benedict Nketiah. Next is the business segment with Clement Yaban.
In a world where neutrality in the civil service is paramount, Ghana finds itself at a crossroad.
Clause Act says that a certain action should be taken, but government has to act on the basis of law. So we inquired as to what the premise for that demand is.
They say if you wish to broadcast or otherwise manifest your political allegiance or run political office, step away from the services. This is Supreme Court talking. It's not Closak speaking or Isaac Wampado speaking. This is the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court judgment on the landmark case of Clocksack versus the Attorney General has set the stage for a profound transformation. Introducing Resetting the Civil Service. Tune in to be part of this change, because a better civil service means a better Ghana.
I find it refreshing always when I remind myself of the profound statement by the eminent civil servant, the Tan Anankwa of blessed memory, to the effect that it is the perfection of the civil servant that will move this country forward, and not the politician.
This is how we do. M-I-M-I, Divalish, aka, you know the name?
Ghana music has really been has really been doing great stuff.
Whenever Mr. Drew's on stage, it's a blast.
Are you ready to dive into the heart of entertainment? Let's start where we explore the latest trends in the entertainment industry. From viral moments to hottest celebrity stars, we've got you covered. Have questions? We want to hear from you. Your voice matters. Let's vibe together. I got a secret. Do you wanna hear it? You're always on my mind.
for in-depth discussions surrounding employment relations, the rights of workers, the quest for industrial harmony, and evolving landscape of work. Walatu Walasa seeks to bring to bear the challenges and opportunities facing the labor force today, making a significant contribution to public discourse.
My name is Edmond Akwe, your host for Walatu Walasa.
In a world where neutrality in the civil service is paramount, Ghana finds itself at a crossroad.
CLOSAG says that a certain action should be taken, but government has to act on the basis of law. So we inquired as to what the premise for that demand is.
They say if you wish to broadcast or otherwise manifest your political allegiance or run political office, step away from the services. This is Supreme Court talking. It's not CLOSAG speaking or Isaac Wampado speaking. This is the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court judgment on the landmark case of CLOSAG versus the Attorney General has set the stage for a profound transformation. Introducing Resetting the Civil Service. Tune in to be part of this change, because a better civil service means a better Ghana.
I find it refreshing always when I remind myself of the profound statement by the eminent civil servant, Lieutenant Anankwa of blessed memory, to the effect that it is the perfection of the civil servant that will move this country forward, and not the politician.
Hi music lovers, we are the CLOSAG Band.
So get ready for an unforgettable music experience on our upcoming show, Happy Hour with the CLOSAG Band.
We are bringing you a night filled with electrifying tunes, good vibes, and a whole lot of fun.
Whether it's singing along, dancing, or just so.
Good morning, welcome back to the Koko Digest Morning Show. This is the business update segment, and I am Clement Yabanukwe. And on to today's story, we'll be discussing the current Ghana rating by Fitch Solution. But before we get into discussion, let's just take a look at the report released by Fitch Solutions. Fitch Ratings has upgraded Ghana's long-term foreign currency, IDR, from restricted default to B- with a stable outlook, citing progress in debt restructuring and fiscal discipline. The country restructured $13.1 billion in Eurobond debt and is nearing a deal with external creditors. Fitch also noted falling inflation down to 18.4% in May 2025 and expect it to average 15% in 2025 and 10% in 2026. A stronger CD and effective policy by the Finance Ministry and Bank of Ghana have helped stabilize the economy and boost confidence. On this very story, we'll be speaking with an expert, a finance expert in the person of Mr. Martin Ohin Enim, who will be giving us the details. What does it really mean if we say Ghana has been rated B- by the Fitch Solutions? Does it really going to reflect our pockets? That is what people are asking. This is the question people are asking. And how is the country or the Finance Ministry going to sustain this? Is it sustainable? And if it is not sustainable, what are we going to do? But before then, let's take a look into some of the statistics or key highlights from the reports of Fitch Solutions, which we are just going to take a look at it just now. So when you go into this, what is being displayed here, that is Ghana versus rating agencies in 2023, and we are comparing 2023 to that of 2025. But even before this comparison, producer, let's get back to the key highlight rating. That's a successful reason why Fitch Solution rated Ghana as B-. The reason why Fitch Solution rated Ghana as B-, the main one, that is what we call the successful highlight, or the successful one, the first one. That's the reason why we were rated B-. Reason why we were rated B-. Reason why we were rated B-. The successful outlook, or the main reason why we rated B-. It would be displayed on the screen shortly. So when you go to the successful one reason why we rated B-, he says, let me read. He said, successful debt restructuring. Ghana largely completed its external debt restructuring. Ghana largely completed its external debt restructuring, including a $13.1 billion United States dollars Eurobond restructuring and near completion of official bilateral debt agreement. This normalized relations with creditors. Yes, so that is what is displayed on the screen. This is the main reason why Fitch Solution rated as B-. This is the main reason why Fitch Solution rated as B-. Let's go into some of the key highlight. That is the current rating. The current rating we have here is B-. And what is the reason? They said we have a stable outlook. As a country, we have a stable outlook. Previously, the rating is restricted default. That is RD. This was the previous one. That is a restricted default. Let's get to the next one. That is the economic projection. Economic projection by the Fitch Solution. The economic projections by the Fitch Solution. They are saying that the Q1 is inflation, and they said inflation is expected to average 15% in 2025 and 10% in 2026. 15% in 2025 and 10% in 2026. When you go to GDP growth, they said projected at 4% in 2025 and 4.5% in 2026. In terms of public debt up to GDP ratio, we have expected to decline to 60% in 2025. Expected to decline to 60% in 2025. Let's go to the economic implication. Economic implication, or what does it mean? After we have been rated B-, that will also be displayed on the screen. That is implication for our rating as a country to the B-. It says that, one, the upgrade is expected to boost Ghana's appeal to foreign investors. So as we are rated B-, yes, we have appeal to foreign investors. It also supports the reopening of domestic capital and markets, and also ease pressure on public financing. So this is the implication of our current rating as B-. Let's take a look at the trends. Fitch Solution have rated Ghana over the years. Let's take a look at the trend of Fitch Solution rating. So you go to January 2022. January 2022, we were rated B- over there, and we declined to where we call it somewhere around January 2023 to RD, that is restricted default. From 2023, we just moved straight forward to what currently we have as B-. So